Greetings and salutations! This is Jason Silverain, and finally it's back, some more Rigs and Tales, and you may be wondering what's up with the screen right now. Yes, I thought I'd give you a little peek behind the scenes. This is the sort of thing I've got to deal with when I'm doing RPG Maker games. Now, I do not know why it is decided that the window is twice as large as it should be, but I've got to do a couple adjustments in OBS and I'll be right with you. Now, if you might be wondering why I took so long to cover this again, even though there has been an update since, I believe, November. It was the fact that the Kyuus route was on the verge of being complete, and as all the other routes were being done by other YouTubers and other people in the community, I thought I'd wait a week or two to get Kyuus route done, and then go through it. However, delays occurred, so now it's February, and I'm finally able to go through it. Thank you again, Kyuu, for sending me this. So I am looking forward to it, and I'll be right with you in a moment. Alright, let's check out these new difficulty levels. Now, word of advice, right from the start, I do think there needs to be something explaining what changes with the difficulty levels. I'm going to go with Relentless, and I'm probably going to regret that, but we'll see what happens. Also, you can see that the screen is somewhat skewed to one side. Sadly, I couldn't get rid of all of the excess black on the right. But it does mean that... there we go. The explanation is there after you pick it. I'm guessing we'll have a chance to go back if we don't want it. Yeah. Kyuu. Path of Existence. But yes, I'm going to be using the left side of the screen to put any notes up if required. Yes, I will, and I have to remember that I can't do my old trick of just buffing Kyuu to absolute nines and just going nuts of him. That doesn't work anymore like old Rigs and Tales. Reality, fantasy. What is reality? What is fantasy? Fantasy becomes reality, and we all know reality soon. All we know about reality soon comes to an end. Okay. Alright then. Excellent. That's good because I'd partly forgotten the controls. You should turn back while you still can. Yes, this has not really changed much from before. You're not going to like what's ahead of you. You don't have to do this. You see now? The closer you get to the light, the more danger that will follow you. The closer you get to the truth, the less you understand. It's not worth it. You should go back. You're not capable of going through with this. Nope. I might not be capable now, but I will soon be able to do stuff. Okay, come on. Just let me do the character selection stuff. We've seen all this before. Let's say you're facing an enemy right now. What will you do? Now, we don't have any skills. We don't have a soul break. We have no information on them. Now, one thing I would like, and I think it's an RPG Maker thing, is right now the Rigs and Tales game has been run in a very squished little window, and I'm going to check in the options if I can actually change the resolution at all. I'm actually having to play through my recording software because the screen is so small. Even a fight, you don't even defend yourself at all. I don't feel a thing. Yeah. Well, Kyuu's always been the one to rely on his friends. Okay. Wham. Kyuu's not really the type to give up, is he? Okay, there we go. I see, so that is your resolve. Fine, so be it. Go ahead and see what's beyond this point. Thank you. Now we can finish character creation. Okay. Please don't mind my phone blipping in the background there. Okay, gasp. Oh. I thought we'd be going through all the selector, you know, an element type and all that lot. It's been ages since I've played, so just trying to remember what the heck we did. Okay, what was that all about? Now we get the whole preview to Rakenzarn. I mean, before we kind of like was leapt into the game, and nowadays we've got this whole like build up to it. And we get a save. Thank you very much. No obvious errors or issues so far. Again, normally I'd skip through some of this since we've seen it all before, but I'm also playtesting. Kyuu. Kyuu, I'm talking to you. You're spacing out again. I swear this happened in a restaurant last time. Just had a really bad dream last night. Nightmares again. So, lots of things happened, so I got stressed out. Okay. Ugh. Honestly, I had instant noodles for dinner last night too. Kind of been treating myself. I don't have them very often. Okay, a few hours later. Alright, first thing to do. Here we have minimap. Nice, simple explanation of what all of these are. And now if we can turn it off. Okay. Okay, no spelling errors or anything to detect. I can't walk through the walls. Always nice to check. I find a lot of RPG Maker games have that issue where you'll just walk into a bit of scenery and there'll be clipping problems and you can escape the map. I mean, some of the early days of Rakenzarn had that issue. Okay, finally back home. Granted, that is a little bit true, but yeah, same reaction. Violence has become incredibly mainstream anyway. You look at the news, there's quite a lot of it on her. Okay, let's move the plot along. I can't remember if that was ever explained. Like the random knocking. Okay. There we go. I found a map escape. So, what is that anyway? I mean, is that supposed to be a microwave? So yes, the microwave has a few issues with it. A little. There's so few windows in this. I mean, sticking a window here could be quite good. You rarely ever get any windows that are just in the corner of the house. I don't know, that just seemed like something that was a little off. Go knocking again. Find a book. Random gibberish, which only Kyuu can read. And away we go. Finally it begins. It's a little unusual you have that gap between the saves. But it's nice to have the choice of a break. About time. Who's there? Well, actually, I should check. Yeah, we can't escape off the stairs. Very good. Ooh, jumping shadows. I need to sort of remember what the team has as powers, because you get different party members at different times depending on which playthrough you go through. And as such, thrill of the journey or a satisfying conclusion. I would say a satisfying conclusion. Now, I'm sure I changed that, because I've seen so many good series and adventures ruined by a relatively poor conclusion. But I've seen relatively sort of dull stories actually feel good because, yeah, conclusion. Where's your strength originate? Originate. Relentless spirit, man, willpower, teamwork. Let's go with teamwork. What makes you angry? Frame for a crime. Hurt or kill others for fun. Corruption. All of these are pretty bad. I mean, corruption particularly annoys me. Senseless violence. Go. Depends how you feel, to be honest, with that one. Split the reward and help each other. Yes, I have to remember that most of the adventures now can have a third option. Alright, here we go. Finally made it. Now I have to do the tough choices. So I can't tell. I can tell you we need proper equipment for the road ahead. Of course, you're one of those idiots who can't stand here and people do whatever they want. And you okay. Bit aggressive. Alright, we need necessary equipment. It's weird there's no music here. Sphere staff. Alright. There we go, there's our music. We have some skills. I need to remember what half of these damn things are. Okay, physical defense is pretty high. So Kyuu could make a decent tank. Wait, before he was the support party member. Stone Guard, Iron Hex, Gram Break. Now... embodies the power of Earth's impenetrable defense and repels magic. No. Iron Hex. Coat yourself in iron. Resist both in strength and defense, resisting bash attacks. Oh, debuffer. So, I'm presuming Earth magic, really high defense, and good... Iron Hex is really tempting, since that gives you a good attack as well. But I'm gonna go with Stone Guard. Battle Shield. Defenses and healing property. Wind and attack and healing. I think we got someone who could do wind previously. No. Healers are rare in Rakenzarn, so let's grab that. Yeah, so that's a lot of physical defense. That's magic up and magic defense. I thought that would give you more physical defense as well. Alright. So not too bad so far. What's our last choice? Blue Thunder. Thunder element, make sure you and your allies move faster. Poison Hex. Nah, I'm not too fussed. Now, that seems really, really good. But do you go for the chance of attacking first and evading everything? Or do you go for the speed, which you know is a solid, safe choice? I mean, you've got Darkness. The Magician Guild has Darkness. That is my only... yeah, Earth and Thunder I'm going to go with. I mean, normally I'd gamble on that chance. Oh, that is a lot of speed. Can only equip 2, though. Alright. Use Chris... okay. Only choose one. Now, I'd love to hear some builds of other people who are playing this. Neutral damage to all enemies. Now, we know that there's elemental resistances. Energy damage. I'm guessing one's magic and one's physical. I mean, right now, I'm more magic-based. Oh, what? I'm going to go for the Energy Blast. I would normally go for neutral type because it's nice to have something that can affect everything normally. I'm a big fan of normal types in Pokemon for exactly the same reason. Okay, turns you into a... I was not expecting that. So I'm kind of a speedy tank. I could be faster, though. Gee, what happens if I get rid of this and chuck in the speed sphere? What skills does that give me? Alright, that gives me Thunder Flash. Chance of Paralysis. I still have defensive buff spells. And since you can change skills... sorry, skills. Change equipment mid-fight, I would be swapping spheres out. And I think that's one of the things that Rakenzarn Tales is aiming for now, is to have these rotating equipments during battle. So now we're set. And I think I'm going to leave it here today. I've only found one bug so far, so that's not too bad. Hopefully they'll get fixed pretty quickly. But I'm looking forward to this.